Hey everyone, Usman here. Today I am actually going to be talking about Spider-Man on PC. It's a game obviously that was based like the Spider-Man PS4 game by Insomniac Games that came out back in like 2018. It was a fun game that I played for a little bit. I think I probably do have like the actual like PS4 game with me right now, right here. Spider-Man PS4, it's Game of the Year edition. So this is, yes, the PS4 version, but they were able to convert it into a PC version. So it basically is a win-win for everybody who is like, someone who is an Xbox person. They can just grab like a controller, like an Xbox controller connected to Bluetooth. If they have a PC that connects to Bluetooth and everything like that, connected to that, and then they can play it with that specific that specific controller for that console. And then even for a PS4 one, I bought like a PS4 controller, and then I basically was able to play it, and then boom! Like I was able to enjoy the experience. I'm just going to be doing my review for it and giving you guys like my thoughts about it, even just like the game in general and how I think it's like shaped up. And before I do any of that, don't forget to like and subscribe, as well as just leave a comment letting me know how you feel about my channel. Do you want me to do more, like do gaming reviews? Do you want me to review like a bunch of other Marvel games or anything like that? You can let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. But this game right here, Spider-Man, is a great game. I downloaded it from Epic Games. It was I got a gaming laptop recently, and then I also got Epic Games. And it's actually really, really cool. Like, I downloaded the game, and I did run into a couple of issues, a couple bugs and everything like that, but eventually it downloaded properly, and I was able to play it. In the past, like, I used to play some PC games. I played, like, a SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, and then, like, the Iron Man movie tie-in game. Those are, like, the two PC games I played, and that was, like, a long, long time ago, and that was on a desktop. And then now you see the evolution of it, like in how gaming is nowadays. Like, it's incredible. So yeah, the experience on the PC I think is phenomenal. I think it'll fulfill the needs of like people who are like Xbox and PS4 people. The graphics I think are stunning with the way that they look. There's no lag on my game at all. Like there's no lag of any kind. I think like maybe it lagged a couple times, but for the most part my laptop is able to take it, and it's able to run smoothly and perfectly fine. I love like the just everything about like the game itself, like in terms of like the missions that you have to do, like the whole overall story mission, like the main campaign I think is awesome. Obviously with Doc Ock being the main villain, and then Martin Lee, Mr. Negative, I think that's really cool. I love obviously swinging around the city as Spider-Man. I think it's really fun using like his webs and everything like that, and basically using different gadgets as Spider-Man. I think it's amazing. The voice acting and everything is really great by the main actor Yuri Lowenthal, and basically every other sort of voice actor in there. I think it's awesome. They really bring pathos to these characters, and that's what I really, really appreciate about that. Just the things I don't really like are just like some sort of the sort of like the MJ and Miles Morales missions. They're kind of boring, and yet they kind of are something that I kind of appreciate, because it's like it's a little bit more toned down, and you get to like sort of like go do more investigative type of work with MJ, and then as Miles Morales you get to do like more of like, okay, well let me go do this very dangerous thing. It's still fun to even be part of those things, and even some of the circuit missions are kind of annoying and boring, but you manage to try to get through those, and it's like it's sort of you get to use your brain, some of your brain powers. The score I think is great even for a game. I don't really care about that usually with video games, but I'm like, it's so like epic and sort of like superhero type, and it fits Spider-Man so well. I'm actually doing the side missions and everything else like that, so it's incredible. The side missions so far have been pretty cool as well, just seeing all that kind of stuff unfold. I mean, there was like one side mission that I did, but you had to get collectibles for something, and then you had to unlock a side mission, but even then that side mission wasn't crazy. It's like, okay, go to a location, then here's a cutscene, and then the side mission's over. So it was kind of just like, what? But either way, it's like, all the other side missions I think are worth it, and they kind of give you something to do. I played so many Spider-Man games over the years, so many Spider-Man games, and I think this is one of my top tier Spider-Man games. I think I might have mentioned that probably like my top 10 Marvel video games. I made one of those videos earlier on. There are some limitations, I guess. I think I mentioned this. There's the Spider-Man 2 movie game. That game, I feel like in that game you could do more with the open world. Like you can go to Statue of Liberty, you can sort of like do all these other things. In this game, you can't really reach past a certain point, which kind of is annoying, but there still are like other stuff that you could do that you can do in like some other Spider-Man games. So that's kind of something I appreciate. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I want to play the Miles Morales game next, because I've never played that game before. So when that game comes out on PC, I'm definitely going to play it. And then there's also going to be like the Wolverine game, and then Marvel Spider-Man 2. So I'll do reviews for those games as well. But yeah, that's my review for Marvel Spider-Man on the PC. Great game, great mechanics. In general, overall, like the missions are fun, side missions, the characters, the voice acting, everything like that I think is stellar. Like, some of the gameplay can be repetitive, but it still is something that keeps me occupied and happy. But a lot of Spider-Man games and a lot of games in general like this are very repetitive anyway, so it's just something you kind of have to get used to. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.